south of the airport. And I must say, we've had some issues down there, and I've had to make calls in the middle of the night. You guys have been there, Johnny, on the spot. Case in point, one night, you guys showed up probably within about 3 minutes. We had somebody try to break in. Not only Banning showed up, but the sheriff also showed up, and Beaumont. I'm guessing they were probably coming back from the jail.
Well, actually, I remember the exact incident. I was working that night as a supervisor. I was the one that showed up for Banning PD.
You were on my front door.
I was at your front door. I had 3 officers working with me that were on my shift. All 3 were tied up either at the jail, at the hospital with somebody getting an okay to book to go to the jail, or had someone else in custody at the station. I was the lone person available in our city. That came out as a burglary in progress because you thought somebody was breaking into your house.
Right.
And my response to dispatch was, I'll be en route, see if another agency can come in case I need help. And that's the kind of stuff that unfortunately goes on. Even with, in that case, a full shift, you know, as a corporal I was working as a supervisor, and I had 3 officers with me that night, but all were tied up on call that could not leave what they were already doing. So I responded to that call, and it took a few minutes to have a Beaumont officer there to assist me. It turned out not to be someone breaking in, it turned out to be someone intoxicated to get the wrong house. But yeah, well, a long way away from the right house. But those are the kinds of incidents right now that, you know, we don't want to go one officer to something like that.
Sure.
It's an in-progress burglary. You never know what's happening. You know, you never know what you're going to get into. It could have been an in-progress burglary when I got there, but it was the decision of let whoever's calling, who's asking for help, sit and wait because I have no one to back me, or do what I'm paid to do and hope that my training and experience is going to benefit me.
Right.
And whoever is going to be coming from another agency is going to get there in time if I need the help.
Right. Now, I've got another question, and it probably doesn't really apply to Banning PD, but the jail. We got prisoners being released out of there day and night out that front gate. Why are they being given a bus ticket to get out of this town?
What was the question?
The question was, why with the jail are people being released out of the front gate or released in the city that aren't from the city and not being given a bus ticket to get back to where they came from? It's a valid question. Unfortunately, we have little control over that. That is something that we do complain to the Sheriff's Department about on a regular basis, based on people being released that were clearly from other areas, and their normal practice, I believe, is to give them bus fare to get back to the city of their residence or back from where they were resident.
Well, in talking to Officer Kelly about 4 months ago, he was telling me that had been cut off quite some time ago, and these people have got to just find their way home.
I can't speak to why that was. If that's true that it was cut off, I don't know that, and that could be a budget thing for the Sheriff's Department. I don't know. That's something that I would have to go to the Sheriff's Department to seek an answer for. I can attempt to do that for you. I can try and see.
I would appreciate it because we got a lot of hinky-looking people around the area.
I agree.
Corporal, didn't they change the times that they were releasing them? That was one of the questions. One of the problems, the time that they were being released, didn't they change that to being a more daylight time that they're releasing those prisoners?
Not that I know of. They released them.
What was the question?
The question was, did the jail not change their time of when they're releasing people to a more daylight time frame? And as far as I know, they released them all day, all night.
When I come into work at 3:30 in the morning, I always see a van, Sheriff's Department van, in the City Hall parking lot dropping off prisoners. About 3:30 or about every morning, and they just kick them loose right there.
If they don't have a ride at the jail, they're like you said, they're banned to right in front of City Hall, right next to the police department, and they're kicked loose right there to go wherever they go.
It seemed like that would be one of the solutions because there is bus service at least during the day.
That would be something with the Sheriff's Department. We can question them as to why they're letting people walk out their front gate and find out for you.
That's the whole county.
What's that?
That's the whole county.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going on at all the jails.
Everywhere.
Most of them are not in a residential area like you have here in Banning, so it doesn't affect like it would in downtown Riverside or other places, but I can understand your concern as to why somebody's just being let to walk out.
Yeah, because like I say, I see a lot of, questionable people.